Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you all so much for joining me here today for another Pick a Card reading. For those of you that might be new to my channel, welcome in. My name is Melissa, and today's topic is going to be a love and relationship reading. We're going to be getting an energy check-in between yourself and your person, really just kind of get a sense of where the connection stands right now. And then I'm going to find out what your person's next move or next action will be toward you or toward this connection as the energy stands today. We'll also be infusing some message cards so that we can kind of get a deeper sense of how they're feeling. So this will be a great reading if you're just wanting a little bit of a deep dive into your current connection with your person. If you're needing any clarity, no matter what your relationship status is, if you're feeling guided to view this reading, then there's likely a message here for you. So keep in mind these are general, so take what resonates with you and leave behind anything that doesn't. If you all do want to book a personal reading, I am working through a platform called Hey Hero, where you guys can book a variety of different readings with me. I will have the link to my profile down below if you guys want to choose to book a personal. Personal readings are always a great alternative if you want something that's more tailored to your specific energy versus these more general pick a card readings. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our deck selection. So starting here on the left, we have deck number 1. This is the Rider-Waite Tarot, and we do have some sodalite here. Deck number 2, we have the Star Spinner Tarot, and then we have some amethyst. And then deck number 3, this is the Lord of the Rings Tarot with some pyrite. So let's go ahead and kind of take a deep breath. Think about your relationship, think about your person. Go ahead and select the deck or the crystal that your intuition is nudging you to. Really pick with your intuition and your gut instincts versus your eyesight. And once you've made your selection, scroll down to the description box below where you will find a timestamp that will help you skip to your chosen reading. I will see you there. Hey there, group 1. If you all selected the beautiful sodalite stone and the Rider-Waite Tarot, this will be your reading all about your relationship between you and your person. So as I was mentioning, we're going to start off this reading with an energy check-in, just to kind of see where each person in this relationship stands, what's the joining energy between the both of you, and then we'll move into their next move and end with some messages from them. So I do want to start off, I'm going to first work with one of our pre-shuffled oracle cards here. This is going to represent the energy joining this connection together. Okay, so right now the two of you are being joined together by the energy of second chance. This relationship deserves a second chance. So both people, it seems like, are really wanting to start over in this connection. So let's get a little more insight. So let's go ahead and see where each person stands in this connection. We'll have person 1 on the left. Where do they stand? We have the 6 of Cups. Person 2, where do they stand? The Hierophant. Okay, commitment card coming in. Definitely a lot of familiar energy for this relationship. Okay, let's go ahead and see external to person 1. What's going on? We have the 7 of Wands and any external factors to person 2 with this Hierophant, the Queen of Cups. Okay, bottom deck energy, the Knight of Wands. So there's definitely an undertone of passion coming through here between you guys, and an energy of wanting to take action. Let's get a couple more cards. So clarifying the second chance, we have lessons. Person 1, we have the Divine Feminine card coming in. And person 2, we have action, yes. And actually the bottom deck energy of the Knight of Wands was coming in more for person 2, because that's the most recent one I was shuffling. So let's go ahead and see pile 1, kind of what's happening right now with this relationship. So, like I was mentioning, there's definitely this energy of wanting to start over, wanting to start fresh. And I feel like both people have learned a really, really important lesson from whatever has happened with this relationship in the past. So there are a lot of cards here that are indicating commitment and familiarity with people, with one another. with the Six of Cups and the Hierophant coming in here. So this definitely feels like a relationship that has been established already. And, no matter what your situation, everyone's situation is going to be different, but there's definitely a feeling of comfort and familiarity here coming through. So I feel like you guys have probably known this person for a while, no matter what the status of your connection is right now. So there's definitely been a time period here of learning, of enlightenment, like, because the lessons are coming up in the joining energy. This is really great because what it's really showing me is that, both people in this relationship have learned something valuable about themselves and something valuable about their own part that they may have played in the circumstances at hand. Kind of like this energy of both people taking accountability for their actions, both people coming to a realization about the relationship. And because there's been this healing and this self-work done on both sides, this is why we have this beautiful opportunity to reconcile and have a second chance or a fresh start with this relationship, okay? So let's take a look at the two people in this connection and just kind of see like where they each stand. So, and again, for my viewer, you may find yourself resonating with this pile, or maybe you may see pieces of you in both. So just be kind of fluid. You'll know with your intuition which one is talking about you and which one is talking about your person, okay? I kind of want to start over here. So this person here is coming across with the Hierophant energy. So Hierophant is talking about commitment. It's talking about traditions. It's talking about like the status quo in a sense. So I'm feeling like this person over here, they are very activated right now. They do want to take action toward this person here, person A, we'll say, the Six of Cups person. They want things to go back to the traditions. They want things to go back to the way that they used to be. They want things to kind of be like the traditional status quo in a sense of the relationship. It's almost like I'm feeling or hearing like getting back to normal, getting back on track. And so this person is definitely showing up as being like ready to take an action toward those things. The Hierophant card is really good too because this talks about, this can also talk about spirituality and like spiritual guidance. So maybe this person has sort of gone through a period of time where they have been receiving messages from spirit. Maybe they've been getting spiritual guidance from someone. Maybe they've like gone back to church if they're into religion or whatever it is. There's certainly like an energy here of spirituality, of enlightenment coming through, or maybe kind of looking at the situation from a more like a higher perspective than they once did. I also see here with the Queen of Cups that like external to this connection, with the Queen of Cups, this is also making me feel like maybe this person has gone to therapy, because the Queen of Cups is like a very like compassionate, nurturing sort of energy, and it definitely could represent a therapist, like someone that you would go to talk about emotions, right? This could also talk about like a feminine of significance, whether it's like a friend or like a mom or something like that, that this person may have been leaning on if you guys have been in separation. This is a water sign energy, so Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Maybe this person has been a source of like emotional comfort for this person as they've been navigating what to do with this relationship. Not necessarily picking up on like a third party energy, so don't freak out. Maybe that is the case for some, you'll know, but it feels more like a support system. So this person over here, the Divine Feminine, we have the Six of Cups coming through. So the Six of Cups talks about things that are comfortable for us, things that are familiar for us. And this also talks about nostalgia in the past. So it talks about like connecting with someone who is maybe from our childhood, maybe someone that we've known for a really long time, but it's about feeling comfortable. So it's interesting because like both parties here are showing up with sort of wanting this comfort, this status quo sort of energy back in the relationship. This person with cups coming in is definitely showing as like feeling feelings for the other person. Like they definitely have love for them, love that runs deep. They've had love for this person for a long time. And I definitely see that that has probably never changed with this person over here on the left. I do think that this person maybe has struggled with like maybe having walls up or having their guard up or feeling like they have to be on the defensive with regard to something within this connection, maybe in the past or maybe in the present. It could also be that this person at times can come across as a little forceful, like maybe not necessarily like physically forceful, but maybe something about their energy has come across as being a little pushy or like maybe a little anxious, like wanting to connect. And pushing it on to the other person at times. But the beautiful thing is that with the Divine Feminine card coming in, I do see that this person has been learning how to like relax a little bit, how to kind of let those defenses down, learning how to kind of allow themselves to receive instead of feeling like they have to push or act or move on something all the time. So overall energy between both of you in this connection actually seems really good. Especially if you're wanting a second chance with this person, it definitely seems like you're both on the same page. So let's kind of transition into the next portion of this reading, pile one, and I want to see what your person's next steps are toward you and toward this connection. So what's like the next action that you can expect from them? I think what I'm going to do here for the actions portion is I'm going to go ahead and take reversals here, just because sometimes I feel like reversals give me a little bit more information with regard to like movement. So we're going to pull a few cards here, and let's just kind of see what your person, specifically what their next move is coming into the near future. So within like maybe the next few months, what energy can you expect from them? Pile one's person. Whoop. So we have an Ace of Pentacles coming in. Okay. We have a Sun card, which is beautiful. And we have a Four of Pentacles. Okay. Bottom deck energy for your person is represented here by the Eight of Swords. So I still think that this person that you guys are curious about might be struggling to sort of open up fully to you, even though I do see a lot of positivity coming in, like a lot of great energy coming through here for the future of this relationship. I feel like they are still kind of working from this place of feeling a little stuck or a little trapped, or maybe just like a little bit awkward about how they're going to take action. You know, the Eight of Swords is very much talking about like, you know, feeling like mentally like we can't do something, or that we're trapped, or there's nothing we can do to change our situation. But the important thing to know about the Eight of Swords is that it is all mental energy. It's usually like you're making a mountain out of a molehill, and it's a lot easier to get out of the situation or to change the situation than your mind is allowing you to believe, right? So there's still a little bit of this undertone of this person kind of struggling, I think, to act, especially with that Four of Pentacles coming through here as well. You know, the Four of Pentacles is telling me that there's a little bit still of this maybe like closed off energy coming through, maybe even a little bit of like a jealous or possessive energy potentially coming through. So it could be, I don't know which person it is, but if that's something that's kind of resonated with your person's energy in the past, I do still see that there is opportunity for this person to improve a little bit. You all do have a lot of pentacles coming through here as well with their actions. So what is important for you to know about the suit of pentacles is that pentacles tend to be a little bit slower moving. And so what I'm seeing in terms of their next steps or their actions toward you is, I think that they're taking the time to continue to reflect on this relationship. This person may also be needing to work on themselves, like their own like financial stability, their own like their money, their work, their financial flow, stuff like that. They may need to be investing time into that, which is why investing in this connection is a little bit slow. But what's great is that the Ace of Pentacles shows that this person is certainly coming to a realization that there is potential here, potential for this second chance, potential to really build something really real with you. But the point of the Ace is that it's just potential. It's just like a seed. So in order for that potential to realize itself, in order for the seed to grow, there has to be effort and energy put into it. So with the Sun card, I don't know if I'm necessarily seeing this as action more than I'm seeing it as an energy of illumination, right? I think that your person is coming across as coming into this this realization or this illumination of the truth of this relationship coming into the near future. If they do communicate or reach out to you, you can expect it to feel really positive, really happy, really warm and vibrant. And even if you're connecting with this person on a regular basis, but they're feeling like a little wishy-washy or closed off at times, this is a good sign for you to know that they feel really, really happy and really, really good in your presence. Like, I think that you spread positivity to them in a way that they really enjoy. And I also think that this represents their energy of wanting to be more positive and more optimistic in their demeanor with regard to this connection. But like I was saying, I think they still have a little bit of work to do in terms of actually like grounding this into something tangible, okay? So let's get some message cards here and see what would they say to you if they could be totally honest. So we have unawakened, I just wasn't ready for you. Okay. We have searching, I'm still trying to find myself. Yeah. I think this person, like with the Sun card and the unawakened, it's like they're coming into this realization about the truth of this relationship that they were not awakened to before. And, you know, they're still, like I was saying, it's like they're still trying to figure out their own life right now. Which is why I think it's going to feel slower for them to come forward. We also have puzzled. Something is still missing for me, and I'm trying to figure out what that is. Yeah. So I think this person, even though they recognize the potential, pile one, it's like there's this energy of them needing to get right with themselves. They still have a lot of like awakening that they need to do with regard to this relationship. I think before they're going to be able to fully take the action and realize it for what it is, it's like I feel that they're feeling it, they're understanding it, they're beginning to understand it, but they still need a little bit of time till they're fully in the know of like what's going on here and seeing it for that spiritual connection that it really is. So hopefully this was able to help you all out. Please drop me a comment down below. Let me know how it resonated. Thank you all so much for taking the time to view today's reading, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hello there to pile two. If you all selected the beautiful amethyst crystal and the Star Spinner Tarot, this will be your reading where we're going to find out what's happening in your connection, your person's next moves, and get some insight into how they're feeling, okay? So I want to start off first by pulling the energy that's kind of joining this connection together. Then we're going to shuffle some tarot cards on camera. So the energy joining the both of you together is the energy of put away the computer. Working less will help strengthen your relationship. We also have deception coming through here. Okay, interesting. Let's go ahead and get some more insight. So for person one, we're going to have them on the left. Spirit, where does person one currently stand with regard to this relationship? So we have a Queen of Wands here. Where does person two stand in regard to this connection? We have a Lover's card here. Okay. And let's go ahead and see for person one with this Queen of Wands, what could be impacting, what external factors may potentially be impacting this person right now as it pertains to this connection. We have a King of Swords. And for person number two with the Lover's card, what external factors could potentially be impacting this person as it pertains to this relationship? We have a Tower card. Okay, goodness. Bottom deck energy is the Ten of Wands. So There's certainly an energy, an undertone here of things feeling a little stressful, especially for this person right here. 10 of Wands typically talks about having to bear a big burden. We've got a lot of work on our plate, a lot of things on our shoulders, lots of stress, and we're just feeling kind of down and out about it. You see how that little sad little person there, so cute. Let me pull a couple more and then we'll see. So person 1, we have the energy of release coming in. All right. And then person 2, we have the energy of big dreams coming in on this side. Okay. So let's see. So whether you guys are connecting with this person on a regular basis or in separation or whatever it is, like, just remember to take the messages that resonate with you and leave behind anything that doesn't. So it's interesting that we had this sort of undertone of stress here, especially for person 2, because it seems like there's something about work and things going on in the workplace that are impacting this relationship at this time. I do feel like both partners are wanting to connect and be connected right now. I just think that maybe there's just like this energy of wanting to spend a little bit more time together. And with the deception card coming in, I don't know that that either party is maybe being totally honest about how they're feeling about it. Maybe maybe you guys are the one that's overworked. Maybe your person is the one that's overworked. You'll know your situation specifically, right? But typically when we have deception, it's like there's more to the story and we're not really being open about what it is, right? I'm not necessarily seeing anything like, really like malicious or third party energy or anything like that going on here. This feels like it's more of a communication thing. Like both people are wanting to maybe spend more time together or work on strengthening this connection right now, but like they're just not talking about it. They're not really acknowledging it openly. So one person here, we have the Lovers card. So I do see that this person over here in this relationship is definitely wanting to connect. Like they see the other person as their soulmate. This is like a soulmate connection with the Lovers card. And I also feel like this person is maybe feeling like they need to make a major choice or decision with regard to the connection. I do think it could have to do with maybe trying to figure out like how to maybe spend a little bit more time together. Because outside of this relationship, this person is like really going through a tumultuous time here with the Tower. Look at this, you guys. So the Tower card really talks about like, shocking upheaval of something that you've built. So it's making me wonder if like this person is having the issue at work or having the issue like with something going on outside of the relationship that's impacting their ability to really spend time. With big dreams coming through as well, it's like whatever is coming crashing down for this person, it definitely feels like it's something that was really important to them. And so this could be something very emotional that this person is dealing with over here on the right, outside of the connection. So it's like, even though they feel connected to the other and they want to be with the other and they want to spend that quality time, they may be feeling like they have some big choices that they have to make outside of this connection as it pertains to this working energy that are kind of taking them away or distracting them right now. Now this person over here, we have the Queen of Wands. So I do see that this person is coming across as like very confident in themselves, feeling really good just about themselves, independent of the connection. This person is coming across as having a lot of passion. I do feel like whoever is resonating with this Queen of Wands energy in your relationship, like they kind of have this way of sort of taming the other person or calming down a situation, because you see how she's kind of holding this like ferocious lion on her shoulder, really caressing it, nurturing it, and it's gotten like a very like docile energy to it. So I do see that this person has like a really calming energy about them for the other. I also feel with the Queen of Wands that like this person is highly desired by this person. Like they're seen as just having this magnetic personality. It's like someone that they truly want to be around all the time, a lot of physical attraction, things like that. But I see this person as being like very positive, you know, with these beautiful yellow sunflowers, very confident in themselves, things like that. I think that they're trying to, with this King of Swords, sort of maintain a sense of like structure or control or just some sort of like routine in a sense. So it's like, especially if we're talking here about needing to spend more time together, I feel like this person over here is trying to keep their life outside of the relationship very like structured and like routine so that they can be able to dedicate a little bit more to this one over here. With release coming in, this person feels like they're kind of just surrendering right now. Like maybe they're seeing that the other is going through a really rough patch right now, so they're trying to kind of release their own expectations, maybe putting aside their own needs at this particular moment in time, because they're intuiting that the other person just has a lot going on and maybe needs a little bit more support from them. So let's see. I want to find out what your person's next actions are with regard to this connection. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle for reversals for actions because I feel like they can give me a little bit more specific insight into the energy of taking action. So let's just see, like, coming into the near future, what are some potential actions that Pile 2's person is planning to take or will take with regard to this relationship? So Pile 2, what actions? So we have a Queen of Cups reversed. Okay. We have a Page of Swords. And we have a Five of Pentacles, a Five of Coins. Okay. Bottom deck energy, we have the Knight of Swords. Lack of communication, blocked communication, maybe overly blunt communication. Intuitively, you guys, I'm feeling like your person is represented by this one over here, where they're kind of like going through this tower moment. And because the reason I say that is because this person comes across like having a lot more of it together. You know what I mean? What I see in terms of action in the near future is more of the energy of communication, but maybe like sporadic communication at times. I feel like this person is emotionally like maybe not okay right now. I feel like with this Queen of Cups being reversed, I do feel this is an energy of like feeling emotionally out of whack or numb or emotionally detaching from a situation in a sense, and sort of like a vibe of keeping things at arm's length for right now while they're going through their tower moment. The Page of Swords means that you will probably receive communication from them, but it will be subtle and it will be like maybe the type of vibe where they're like sliding in your DMs or watching your social media or sending text messages here and there. But it's not like a fully formed conversation, right? I need to look at this up close. I feel like though, like, this looks like a butterfly to me. I think that this time is necessary though for this person because there needs to be a change like within their own life or maybe just within the dynamics of this connection in general, you know? So I do feel that if they're keeping you at an arm's length, it's for your highest good right now, Pile 2, because there is a lot of chaos that's happening in this person's life, and I think you're better off allowing them to move through this place of change without being necessarily like wrapped up in what they have going on. Because with the Five of Pentacles here, in terms of an action, this for me is talking about maybe like abandoning this relationship for a while because they don't feel good enough for it. Like they're really going through something crazy. Like the Five of Pentacles is like maybe this person is having financial issues because of this tower moment. Maybe they have really low self-esteem because of this tower moment. You see the mirror is broken here too, like bad luck coming through. You know, so I don't think that they really have, like, even if they wanted to, which I feel like they do want to connect with you, but it's like their confidence has been so blown that it's like, I think that I'm kind of seeing them as this little child right here. And I'm seeing this as you, because you guys came through with this nurturing energy with the lion as well. So it's like, I feel like if they do come back, it's going to be like because they need comfort. They know that you're going to make them feel good, sheltered, like you're going to help them feel better. But it's like they don't feel like they have anything they can really offer you right now in terms of like tangible efforts. Let's kind of see, let's pull these message cards and just see like what they might say to you if they were being totally candid and honest. So we have regret. I wish I could take back the things I said. Yeah, so maybe like with this Knight of Swords reverse, maybe you guys had like some sort of like an explosive or, you know, harsh conversation where this person really regrets whatever happened here. We have lessons. Karma is a bitch. I finally got mine. Yeah, so I definitely think that they are realizing that whatever happened in this relationship, that they are at fault for much of what happened. We also have afflicted. Our connection still affects me. Yeah. You're still very much on their mind, pile 2. I definitely think this person is thinking a lot about you. They're thinking a lot about whatever choices or decisions they made in the past that kind of like messed up this relationship for them or got it off track. So definitely seems like your person is going through a tough time right now, pile 2. So I'm going to go ahead and close it out there. Let me know how it resonated in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching this reading, and hopefully I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye. Hey there, pile 3. If you all selected this beautiful pyrite stone, this will be your reading all about what's happening in your connection at this time. So I'm going to start with a couple pre-shuffled oracle cards, and this is going to give us the joining energy of this connection. So right now, the energy that's joining you and your person together is the energy of regret and unawakened, okay? Let's go ahead and see. Spirit, where does each person in this connection stand? Starting with person 1 on the left, where do they truly stand with regard to this relationship? We have a 2 of Cups. And person 2, please, Spirit. Where do they stand with regard to this connection? And we have a 3 of Cups. Interesting. Okay. With this 3 of Cups person, what are any potential external factors that they are dealing with outside of this relationship that could be impacting them in the way that they show up? The Lover's card. All right, and for person 1, the 2 of Cups. What are any external factors that this 2 of Cups person is dealing with that could be impacting the way that they show up to this connection? We have a King of Staves, the King of Wands, okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the Moon card. Okay. For person 1, we have the energy of material world coming in. And then for person 2, we have the energy of compromise coming in. Okay, pile 3. Wow, lots of cups. Definitely feelings here for sure coming in. So listen, with the Moon card representing the undertone of this reading, I definitely could see why you guys would be coming to this pick a card, because the Moon card definitely talks about things feeling uncertain. You know, it's about intuition. It's like when we know that something is feeling a little off or feeling a little mysterious or unclear, but we're not really able to quite put our finger on what it is exactly just yet, okay? I do see that both parties in the connection do have feelings for one another. They do have emotional connection. You do have an emotional connection with this person. Sorry, that was like awkward the way that I said that. But there is regret here. So it's like the energy that's joining both of you together is this energy of regret. Someone feels remorse for the way they treated you. Clarified here by unawakened. So it seems like both people in this connection are still going through some sort of a spiritual awakening, or they're not totally aware of like the reality of this relationship or how the other person truly feels or what's really going on in this connection in some form or fashion. You know, unawakened is like when we're here in the present, we see the person in front of us, but kind of going back to that moon card, it's like we're not really able to define who they are to us or what the connection means or pinpoint like maybe someone's true intentions or how we even really feel about the situation, right? And there's regret here. So whatever went on in this connection, it's like both parties have some regret or remorse for certain things that went down, okay? So if you felt like this person treated you badly in the past, pile number 3, just know that they do feel sorry for that. Just like I'm sure that you probably have some feelings of regret about something that went down in this connection for yourself too. Or wishing maybe even just like wishing that things would have worked out a little bit differently than they did. Okay? I also feel for some of you that this regret and unawakened energy being together is saying that both parties feel bad about something that happened, but maybe they can't figure out like why they feel bad about it or what it is that they feel bad about. They just feel like something is off or something like isn't right. Okay? So let's kind of start off, let's go into like where each person stands, and you can maybe, as you guys are viewing the reading, I think you'll be able to tell using your intuition like if you're this person or this person and which one is referring to your person that you're asking about. So this person over here on the left, person 1, I do feel with the 2 of Cups, like this person definitely is trying to meet the other one where they're at. You know, 2 of Cups definitely talks about like an emotional relationship. It's an emotionally connected relationship where you really feel like you are on the same page with the other person. You know, I also feel like, honestly, like there does feel like there's a little bit of an element of secrecy being highlighted in this connection too for person 1, because this 2 of Cups, you see how these 2 lovers are kind of like in the shadows here? And this is like a really beautiful love story, like a really beautiful backstory to this deck and what this 2 of Cups is referring to for the Lord of the Rings. But I feel like this person does see the other one as being really special to them. They do feel this beautiful emotional connection to them. Maybe there's just been this energy of keeping the connection secret or keeping it like undercover, or maybe like only meeting each other up at nighttime, or maybe nighttime when you guys are actually alone is like whenever you feel the deep, like the deepest connection to them. But it, like I was mentioning at the beginning, 2 of Cups can also be saying like that this person is just trying to meet the other one where they are. And that's kind of what I'm getting, which when we get into this person, you guys will see what I mean by that. But, you know, external to this relationship, this person is just trying to kind of like take care of their business, right? The King of Wands, the material world. So I definitely see that this person is kind of focused on like their confidence, the things they need to get done. You know, the King of Wands is like a really charismatic person, a really confident person. They are a leader in a lot of ways. So maybe this person is focusing on like work. Definitely with the material world coming in, there's certainly an emphasis here on work and money and finances and just kind of focusing on doing their own thing. You can see that the King is even facing away from the 2 of Cups. They're facing away from the relationship. So it's like, the vibe I'm getting from person 1 here is like, I'm going to meet them where they are. And in the meantime, I know my worth. I'm just going to focus on myself and my own things that I have going on. Okay. Now, person number 2, 3 of Cups. So I do feel like this person certainly does see the other one as someone that they care for, someone that they have a lot of fun with. This is kind of like a party energy. It can be like a reconciliation energy of like wanting to reunite with someone and have a good time, have fun. This is also the energy of friends, and it's also the energy of like third parties. And because it's right here next to the lovers, I do have to say, you guys, that I do feel that there is some sort of like external third party situation with this person. It doesn't necessarily have to be love though, like, because with this version of the Lovers card, and this is where I'm going to get nerdy and explain it to you. In the story of the Lord of the Rings, these two characters are actually just friends, but they're very, very opposite of one another, right? Like one's an elf, one's a dwarf. You can see that their two communities actually don't get along, but these two come together and build like a really cool friendship together. And with the Three of Cups being a card about friends, it's almost like I'm feeling like this person over here is more focused on like friendships and having fun versus like an actual commitment maybe, or versus just wanting to give all their attention just to this person here. It's like they want to explore their options. And so with the energy of compromise, I feel like that's kind of where this meeting each other where they are energy is coming through for person one with the Two of Cups. It's like, you know, maybe right now this person can only offer friendship, right? And so this person is kind of like, okay, like I still care for a person too, like I'll meet them where they are. I'm cool with the friendship, but at the same time, like I know my worth and I'm going to work on my own stuff. This person does want to compromise as well, right? Like they do want to meet the other person where they're at, but I feel like they're more in this energy of just like wanting to have fun. So like I was saying, it could just be like that they're more distracted with like their friends. There could be like another love interest that they're dating. But this card with this Lovers talks more about friendships for me, just knowing the story of it. So that's really interesting. Excuse me, guys, I had to take a sip. So now what I want to do for you, pile three, is I'm going to use this deck to try to pinpoint any next steps that your person is planning to take with you or with this relationship coming into the near future. So let's go ahead and see. I'm going to shuffle reversals for this because it helps me to be able to see a little bit better what steps they're going to take. So for pile three's person, what is their next step with regard to this connection as the energy stands today? Okay, so we've got a Four of Cups reversed. We have the Empress reversed. And a Ten of Pentacles reversed. Bottom of the deck, we have the World. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. At the bottom of that, we have an Emperor card reversed. So you guys remember, like, the joining energy was this energy of unawakened, and it's for both parties. So I feel like right now, you guys have an Empress reversed and an Emperor reverse coming through. So both people in this connection are still needing to work on stepping into their own power. Divine masculine and divine feminine energy. And so this next phase of this connection, or their next steps, this is going to be all about like closing out an energy within this connection, kind of closing out this energy, if that makes sense, because both of you all need to be able to work on your own confidence in yourself and being able to step into your own power, divine masculine and divine feminine energy. So I feel like with the Four of Cups coming through here, this is the card sometimes of like missed opportunities. It's also the card of not feeling fulfilled. It's like, even though you have all these cups on the table, you're looking out the window, you're still wanting more. Like it's like not being grateful for what you have in the moment when you have it. Like you're not awakened. You're not really seeing all of the beauty that you have because you're just always wanting more. You're not happy with yourself. And I do see with it being reversed that there is like kind of a willingness to try to work themselves out of that energy a little bit. So if you guys haven't really been talking that much to this person, I could definitely see them like reaching back out to you a little bit, maybe becoming a little bit more open to connecting with you, or becoming a little bit more open to like you as like an option in a sense. But with the Empress card reverse, I just don't necessarily see them truly wanting to like nurture this relationship. I feel like this is a very like detached energy. I feel like this is an energy of them like wanting you both to have independence, right? Like the Empress card is like a mother energy. So this would be someone that wants to be connected, that wants to nurture and take care of. So I'm seeing it here reverse, meaning kind of the opposite here. And the same thing with the Ten of Coins, Ten of Pentacles reverse, where it's like, you know, there isn't really any thought or foresight into like the long-term future right now for this person. So there is an energy of them being maybe a little bit more energetically open to you coming into the near future, but not necessarily like grounding anything in reality. Okay? So let's close it out, pile 3, with some message cards and just kind of see like what they would say to you if they were keeping it really real. So we have judgments. I care too much about what others think right now. Yes, like that's what I'm saying, you guys. It's the friends. It's like whoever is in their friend group or their community group or their family, like maybe you guys are just really different. And there's something about the fundamental differences between the two of you where they're afraid that people are going to judge them. Avoidance. Seeing you reminds me of things that are not easy to deal with, because this person knows, you guys, that like you, I feel like this is my viewer here. You all come across as being really confident, knowing your worth, having your stuff together. And so like this person knows that if they come to you, they have to come correct. Like there's a level of respect there that they do have for you. And they know that you're not just going to let them get away with not being accountable to their actions, right? So that they're avoiding right now. We also have safe. You feel like home to me. Oh, goodness. Yeah. So, you know, this person does feel very comfortable with you. They do feel like you provide a safe space for them in a lot of ways. But, you know, this is like the classic just like player energy that I feel is coming through here, if I can keep it real with you, pile 3. Maybe not player energy, but just this energy of not being ready. Again, not being awakened, not being like aware maybe of their own behavior. So I definitely think your person's just going to need a little bit more time to kind of get themselves together. So we're going to go ahead and close it out there, pile 3, but definitely leave me a comment below. Let me know how it resonated. I always love hearing from you all in the comments. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to view today's reading, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.